Hello and welcome. In this video, I'm going to show you how to work with frames on Figma. So in my previous video, I've done a little introduction about what frames are and then how to just basic introduction to frames and working with them. Now, but in this video, I'm going to go deeper into frames and then how to deal with them, work with them, do some transformations, and then how to, start working with frames to create designs on Figma. So this video, we cover almost everything you need to know about frames. Now, what are frames? Frames are what you need to start creating designs. Now, as I've opened up the Figma, this is a draft. So to start designing, you will need a frame, like a type of screen, so that you can start your design from. So now to get to that frame, this is the icon. You see, in this place we have the region tools. From this region tools, then we can have access to frame, or you use the shortcut F. Now, clicking on this F on frame, you will see a lot of different frames here. We have the phone frame, we have tablet frame, we have desktop frames, we have presentation, we have watch, we have paper, we have social media, we have Figma community, we have archive. All right, so but for this particular design, let's say we want to design for the iPhone 14 and iPhone 15 Pro Max. So by clicking on any of the frames, it will appear on your canvas here. Now, one thing you need to know is that this frame that we have here is the actual size for the screen of iPhone 14 and iPhone 15 Pro Max. So it means that as you are doing your designing inside this frame, then when you export it, you can be able to have the other frames for these iPhone 14 and 15. Now let's check out something. Now this is the frame, the screen size for iPhone 14 and 15. Now let's search for something here. iPhone 14 and 15 Pro Max. Frame. So the essence of using frame is also to help you to, at the end of your design, you know that you are designing for a particular screen, you are designing for a particular mobile or particular operating system. So, and then you will want to know the placement of icons and all those other things. Now, this is the frame. Key takeaway: the iPhone 15 Pro Max introduces a titanium frame, making it slightly lighter and potentially durable than the stainless steel of the iPhone 14 Pro Max. But they all have the same screen size, right? Now, let's now go to images to see the picture of what we are talking about. So this is exactly what we are talking about right there. Now, this is what iPhone 15 Pro Max and iPhone 14 Pro Max looks like, right? So now the frame that we selected here in this place is the same screen size that all our designs, if we start designing in this place, if we start designing in it, is the same that we have in all this one. So that means that at the end of the day, we're going to have a design that will fit into this type of screen size. That is what frame is, and that is the essence of selecting frames for our work, for our UI design work. So having the user in mind, the type of device that they use is part of what good user experience is all about. So if I'm designing for an iPhone user, there are a lot of things that we consider there are a lot of several things I will put in place. And then if I'm designing for 100 users, there are some other things I will consider and a lot of other things I will put in place. Now let's start working on this frame. Now we've selected this frame and it's right here. So one thing you need to know is that you have to, for proper documentation of your designs, I can just rename this frame right here. Is either I click up here twice, or I'll just rename it to home. And then see, as I change it here, it also changed in this place. Okay, let's put home screen. Yes, so that if I want to know the object I'm clicking right there, then I can be able to come to this place and then see. So in the same vein also, in the same vein, what we can do to this frame is, let's say I want to duplicate a frame. If you want to duplicate a frame, you can, or you want to create a new frame. Let's say I press the F, the shortcut key, or I come to the region tool here and I select frame and I select another iPhone 14 and 15 Pro Max. It will display a new frame entirely, right? You can start creating a lot of frames on ending. But let's say I delete this one, so using the backspace. So, and then that I want to duplicate this particular uh frame that I named home screen. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to hold the Alt key, Alt key, Alt key on my Windows, and then holding the Alt key, you see it will display as if the cursor here turns double. One is going to be light and one is going to be dim, right? So as it is like that, then I will drag it out of it there like that. I want it to be of the same size. So after that, I will release my hand from dragging, and then that is it. So it's duplicated. So that means that I copied what is here to this place. So I can change this screen. Let's say I want to change it to profile screen, for example, profile screen. So now you see, as I change this name here, it also changed right in this place. So I can select this frame here. I can also select this one here. Let's say I still want to duplicate. Okay, let's duplicate it once again so that we can have three. So holding the Alt key again, Alt, and then dragging it like this, then I release the mouse and then like this. So I can come to this place and double tap it, and then I can change this one to, let's say I change it to cart. So now we have three screens here. I can select it from here, or I can select it from these layers, right? Now this is what I mean by frame. Now these frames shows the type of screen size, and the type of screen size we are working with here is the iPhone 14 and iPhone 15 Pro Max. Now another thing we can do with frame is coming to the right hand side. We can now look at it as it is at this side here. I mean, look at the border radius. The border radius is flat. Now let me make it a bold big so that you can be able to see it from this side. So this is what I mean by the border radius. Now let me click on it. See this place, angle here, all of this place is flat. So but looking at this place, we can actually click on this place, this side here, the corner radius, and then put the corner radius to be 100. So this means that all the sides, the four sides of this frame or of this screen, we have a corner radius of 100. You see what I mean here? You see, this side is having the corner radius. This side is also having the corner radius. So if I scroll down to look at the other two sides, you will see that this side is having the corner radius and also this side is having the corner radius. Now let's do another thing on the corner radius. Let's select the other screen here. This other screen here, the corner radius is 0. So, but if I don't want to apply the corner radius to all of these screens here, like we have in this place, like let's say I only want to apply the corner radius to this side and to this side, or to any of the side here, I will just, click on this place here, click on this place, and then it will give me all of this more details about, okay, let me edit it. So it gives me the corner, the four corners. We have the top left corner radius, we have the top right corner radius, we have the bottom left corner radius, and we also have the bottom right corner radius. So let's say I want to change only the top left corner radius. I change it to 100, and then this one I change it to 100 also. So, and then I'm okay with it. So you see what I'm talking about? So that means that it will only be this side, the top left corner radius, that will be changed. This place will be 0, and then going down, it will only be this side also that will be changed, the bottom right corner radius, so making 100, and also this side making 100. So clicking on it again, I can still see the option. You see in the corner radius, it said it's mixed, right? So I can still click on it again, and let's say I want to change it back, put this one back to 0, and then I put this one to, let's say, 50, or anything you want to change it to. So you see what I'm talking about? So this place is 100, the top left corner radius, and then the top right corner radius. I just want you to see what we are doing. This is what the corner radius looks like. Okay. Now another thing that we want to look at when we clicked on frame is when we click on frame. Now when I click on this frame here, we can see we've worked with the corner radius, and then another thing I want to show you is how to change the color of the frame. Now this frame here is automatically displaying white background, right? If you want to change the fill color, you can come to this side here. This is the fill. This is the color white, FFFFF, like 4 Fs. So you can reduce the opacity, like how you want it to show. You can hide the color like this using this icon here. If you press it, so the color will be hidden, right? It will be transparent, just matching the color of the canvas here. So, but if I want to change the color, I'll just click on this white, and then if I have a color code in mind, I'll just press the color code here. The color code is the hex. But if I don't have the color code, I want to play with some random green, I will just come here and then select a color that I will want to use, right? Or if I want to use gradient, this is solid color, this is gradient, this is image, this is video, but I'm okay with the solid color here, and I think I like this for the example process, right? So this is about the color. So another thing you can still do with this screen is, let's say we want to add excuse me, we want to add stroke to it. I want to add a stroke to it, like a uh then we can click on, if you look at this place before, there is no stroke to it, right? We can click on this plus, and then this stroke is the black line that shows all around it here like this, right? Then here we can look at how do you want the stroke to show. Is it inside? If you look at this place, we see a lot of options. We have center, we have inside, we have outside, but I want you to show inside. And you can set the size of it. Let's say I set um I set 20. So you see what I'm talking about. So the stroke is this black line that covers all the edges of the screen, right? It's just so obvious, right? In normal designs, you don't usually, do all these things to frame, but this is an example of how to work with frames, and so that we can see a lot of things that can be done with frame. Like, let's say now I want to, okay, let's come back to this frame to use it for more example. Then I come to the corner radius and then turn all of them to 0 so that we can use it for more of our examples. All right, so now we have this screen here, and what we are going to do, another operation we are going to perform is using grid. Now, what are grid? Grid makes your design alignment of objects inside the frame easier, right? Now, let's say I click on grid, and we have this an automated grid. Now, the reason why we use grid is that it makes alignment of objects inside the frame easier. So you can know where an object is going. It can be set to all the grids, all the screens that you want to be designing. It can be set to everything, right? So that you know how you want to place your icons, how you want to place text, how you want to place element, how you want to place everything inside your screen. So now as I select this grid, we see this is the type of layout grid settings, and then we see the grid type, and then we see the size. So if I click on this layout grid setting, it will show me this aspect. Like, what do I want? Do I want a grid, or do I want columns, or do I want rows? Now let's select, let's say we want columns. In these columns, look at it, look at what I'm talking about right now. Okay, let me make this color, okay, let me just bold it so that you can see what I'm talking about. These are columns. Now columns here, these are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. These are 5 columns, as we even see the count here. And then this is the color, this is the opacity. We have the type of the columns. We have the width is also, the margin is 0, the gutter is 0. Now the gutter here is the space from this side to this place, right? This place to this place is the gutter, and then the margin, let's say we add margin of 20 to it. So the margin also is the difference, is the space from this side to this side, right? From this side to this side. Now let's go on Google to look at margin of, okay, let's search for standard margin and gutter for iPhone 15 Pro Max, for example. So the reason why we are looking at this is that Apple has already they've already have a layout. Now this layout will guide you to select the standard, so you don't have to redesign the whole thing, right? You just have to look at some of their layouts so that you can be able to implement them in your own design, so that you know you will not waste much of your time there. Now if you look at this, we see these are layout, the object for defining columns, border, and margins for your articles design with, right, on iPhone. So you can look at this information and then coming back to Figma here to set your screen size. In this count here, let's say I want a total of six columns right there, and I want I want it like this, margin 20, and then the gutter also to be 20. So if I'm okay with it, I'll just click on this place and then set. So now you can still create roles to it. Let's say I click on this plus, and then you see the new one I clicked on displayed on top of the columns that I created earlier. So I can just click on this eye icon here to hide the columns. If I click back on it, it will bring it. It doesn't mean that it's deleted. To delete it, you just click on this minus, but using this one, it will be hidden. Then I click on this place again, and I click on rows. You see rows now, see how they are different. Rows are this big, right? But for this particular one, let's say I want a row of 12, and in the same vein I want a margin of 20. So margin of 20. Okay, let's say the margin should be 0. All right. So now this will allow me, if I'm going to be placing objects here, I will know maybe from this side to this side, the camera will be there and all that. So when we start designing, we'll be seeing the use of these things in real life, but it's at the start that you set them on the frame that you're working with, so that it will guide you in making your design decisions and the placement, the alignment of objects, so that you will not do mistakes. All right, so this is it on working on frames. I believe this video is educative enough. All right, so you see this one is, I can just hide it again, and then we have our normal screen. So I can still make it appear and also make this one appear on top of each other. If I need them on top of each other, I can allow the two to appear. You can go on ahead to set a lot of other grid right there. You can still use grid, you can use a lot of things. You just know that anyone that you are not using, you can just hide it, and then you can also let it display. All right, so that is that for this particular video on um how to use frames on Figma, so for your UI design. So thank you so much for watching till now. Kindly share this video to others that might need it and subscribe. Thank you.